Welcome, M. Solomon. Another session. This one will be good. Court case number. Linking series of dated transactions and valuations. A little classical gas for you there. Court case number linked to series of dated transactions, events, and valuations. This should be the culminating episode in the series of episodes that we've been presenting here. This is the summary, and this is what encapsulates all the other presentations and what it means when you arrive at the end of your discovery. And what it makes is for a very compelling argument. Let's get going. We start with an event date. Anyone recognize that date? 9/11/01. Without taking any kind of a position in what happened on that tragic day, I just want to say that the cost associated with everything that has happened post 9/11, especially with the war and Homeland Security, came at a devastating cost. Huge price. And you got to remember, George Bush, when asked before leaving office who was paying, how are the taxpayers able to pay for this, he said, no one will ever know where the money came from. And that just has always intrigued me. But anyway, we start with 9/11/01. Why not? Hey, start with someday. And we calculated a series of dates starting with 1,010 days, 3,008 days, 644 days. Now, you don't have to be a mathematician to understand where we're coming up with our numbers. Our numbers are falling into place because we're going out from 9/11 to 9/12, 6/17/04, 6/17/14. 6/17/04 is an anchor date that our computer picked up as an algorithm. And 9/11 obviously is an anniversary of 9/11/01. And then 6/17/14 would be an anniversary of 6/17/04. But more importantly, 9/11/12 is an assignment. 6/17 is an official acceleration by J.P. Morgan Chase in a transaction that I have open before me. The remaining dates are 12/16/16, which is the foreclosure date of filing. 5/11/18, which is the Dodd-Frank sunset, which is an important date in this file. For some reason, they also too have latched onto it. These are all dates that are showing up in the file. And of course, the last date is for an upcoming hearing scheduled for 1/8/21. Actually, the hearing's for 1/15/21, but 1/8/21 is the cutoff date for anyone to submit motion to strike the order to proceed to sale. So when we added these days up, and believe me, we don't expect you to open up your file and say, oh, let me see what my days are. It's going to take some time. You're going to have to we'd be more than happy to assist you in this, or you get an accountant, but someone's going to have to line these days up. It's most important to see that these dates are going to fall into place for a reason. These are the number of days, and when you add those days up, it comes up to 7,145.5 days total. Now, we also, as I told you, found in file 8650 as a per diem, or cost, or file, price per share. I will show you today, finally, where that 8650 came from. But if we use 8650 as a factor, we're going to take 8650 times 8650, 1010 times 8650, 3008. You see, all these days add up to 8650 for each segment or each transaction. These are all transactions, if you will. And that's where we got these numbers from. These numbers total up to, as you can see, from 7,000 to 78,000 to 84,000. Now we run a trial balance. Let's see what happens. 618-00581. That would be your foreclosure balance on that date. That was the file that was foreclosure was filed for. 618-005.81 on 12/16. So we use that and we factor it by, or subtract 7,748,128. You can see we run all the way down, and that takes us to exactly 0. So another way to phrase it would be that the numbers and the dates in the per diem that we've come up with here does equal 618,005.81 on the mark to the penny. This is important because we have emphasized before, and we're going to emphasize again this one last time, in a constructive liquidation over a time period, the shares of the partnership are liquidated to where all properties at sale are sold for zero. Do you understand? Zero. These foreclosures are going down for zero. Now, how can we confirm, how can we verify, and how do we know actually how much money is involved here? Well, we know we have 86.5. We got that from up here. And we know we got 714.5 number of days. And we know if we multiply those out, it gets 618. So I added 618 to the 86.5. And then what we did was, if you just follow me and don't question this for a moment, we capitalized that amount by 9.09, gave us 6.867 million. Then we factored it by 0.0091, that gave us an installment of 62,496. Divided that by 31, factor of 31, it left us with 2016. What is that? What does all this sorcery got to do with a file? Well, these are algorithms. These are formulas. This is a set formula that's part of a tracking system that is going to create a uniform foreclosure process, which is for the recovery of assets that were taken in advance. And what you see here is the court case number 201631009109. That's your court case number. Here is the filing in court for foreclosure. And here is the filing date. These numbers are called linked transactions. And the significance of this is they have nothing to do with a conventional mortgage. They have nothing to do with a conventional mortgage. I think that's the most important thing we're trying to emphasize right here. If you have any questions, you can reach me at expert.witness@live.com or call me at 202-550-8377.